John?
How you doing, Mike?
Doing all right.
Nice to see you.
Seeing you too. Hello everyone, my name is Mike Land. I'm the city manager for the city of Copell, and we are excited to introduce the Culture Connections video series, and we start today. We're talking about horsepower and permission. My job is to let you know a little bit about what we mean by horsepower and permission, and then we'll be turning over to John here, and he'll be giving you the practical application as it's impacted his life. When I started as city manager for the city of Copell in 2017, one of the first things that I did was go out and meet with all of our employees and talk to them about this concept of horsepower and permission. So what does horsepower mean for me? As I came out and talked to the group and talked to the individuals of our team, one of the things that I said to them is that we've prepared you both from a skill standpoint, from an education standpoint, and from a resource standpoint. So by having the resources, the training, and the skills to be able to do what you are asked to do for the city of Copell in service to others, you have all the tools necessary to be successful. Now the permission piece comes in a little bit differently. The permission piece is all about taking action, being able to do and to decide to do that which you're asked to do. And then to do things that you necessarily aren't asked to do, but you are seeing needs to be done. So you have permission to be able to go and make those things happen. So you're going to be hearing about our 3 anchors. And so as we do things in service to others, as we make our decisions in service to others, you have the horsepower, you have the skills and the training, and you have the permission to go make that happen, and doing it in such a way that it meets or exceeds the expectations of the people that you're serving, that you're doing it with a servant's heart, so that you're always in a position of humility. So the combination of horsepower and permission is a tremendous tool for you to be able to use as you go through your daily walk here at the city of Copell. Now I'm going to turn it over to John and let him talk to you specifically about horsepower.
Thank you, Mike. I want to give you a little bit of background about myself. I came from Brooklyn, New York, and I grew up in the projects, and we weren't in a good financial situation as a young boy. And at the age of 13, I had to go work in a shop to be able to help my family financially. So I wasn't able to go to school. I didn't go to high school. I wanted to go to college, but I didn't have the funds or the financial means to do it. I started working in Copell 4 years after I earned my GED. And since I've been here, the culture encourages us to be better at everything we do, better people, better workers. And Copell gives us the tools that we need, the resources that we need to be better at everything we do. So I started going to college, and now I'm earning my 2nd degree. Thank you. This is all possible because of Copell. Copell believed in me, you know, and it makes me a better worker. I come to work, I'm better able to serve my coworkers, the community. Whenever faced with a problem or a challenge, I'm able to make decisions based off the skills that I'm learning in school. And not only that, I'm able to be a better role model to my kids, able to show them that anything is possible if you're willing, if you just put the power into it, you know. So I unleashed my horsepower with everything I've been doing, and overall, I'm just a better person. I feel better about myself with everything I've learned.
Now you have a unique perspective on horsepower too because of the job that you do, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about that.
I'm a fleet technician. The definition of horsepower is unit measurement of power, or the rate at which work is done. It's normally used in reference when talking about engines or motors. The term horsepower came from the early 1800s when steam engines were replacing horses in the mines. The mine owners would ask, how many horses is this engine going to replace? And so that's where the term came from. is pretty interesting. You know, we work on vehicles and we're trying to unleash the horsepower all the time on them by keeping them running efficient, since we're unleashing the horsepower every day at the shop,
Right.
you know.
And as you do that, because of the training and the resources and everything that you have, are you in a position then on a regular basis to be making decisions in the moment to deal with whatever it is that you're dealing with, or do you find that you have to go to Mark?
Well, for the most part, I handle everything myself. When somebody comes needing help, I don't ask what they need. I ask where do we need to go? You know, we just go and get it done. So that's a very nice part of my job that I really enjoy, that I get to help people all day long. I don't have to go ask somebody that has to go ask somebody else that has to. When somebody needs help, we just jump to it, and it makes it a very unique place to work. You know, it makes it a very nice team. Feel confident about what you have to do and not question if you can do it or not, or should you do it or not. If somebody needs help, we get after it.
2016, when you came to the city, what were some of the things that related to horsepower and permission? What were some of the things that impacted you right off the bat? What was there something different about Copell?
It's really different all the way around, because over here is a team environment. Where I came from, it wasn't a team environment. It was kind of every man for himself. So I was very independent, worked very independently, but it took a little getting used to the fact that no, everybody over here is after the same goal. It's a common goal. It's been really nice knowing that we're all in it together, you know, regardless of who needs what. And I'll give you an idea. My first couple weeks of working in Copell, we had the animal control called the coworker of mine and said, hey, there's some cattle running down Beltline. And that gentleman's name was Tom Price. And he said, well, I gotta go. And I said, yeah, where are you going, a road call? He said, no, there's some cattle running down the road. And I said, well, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna go get them, you know? So he said, you're welcome to come if you wanna come. And we jumped in the fleet truck and took off to Denton Tap and Beltline, and we were chasing cattle, you know? I've been in the automotive field for 20-something years. I can't recall a time before this where I was chasing cattle. Hey, what did you do? Did you fix some fire trucks? No, I was chasing cattle. But that's what makes Copell unique. You know, it's beautiful in that aspect. It doesn't matter what department you're from, that means nothing. What we're here to do is serve each other and the city, the citizens, and we're gonna do it together.
In the last, let's say 2 years, we've had some new fleet folks come and join us, you know, since you've been over at Fleet. What are some of the things that you tell them when they first come on board and they remembering how it was for you in 2016, what do you tell them as new employees with the city of Copell?
Well, the first thing I always tell them is they're in the right place. I know they're gonna be happy in Copell. Why wouldn't they be, you know? And the next thing I always tell them is there's not a hero here, it's a team effort. It's not one, it's all, you know? And they go, really? You know, well, we're all mechanics. Mechanics come from an environment where everybody's on their own. Before anybody's going home in the afternoon, we check with each other. Is there anything that you need before I go home? Well, before I go home, it's just checking out, because we all want to get out together, you know? So we do what we can to wrap up whatever anybody's doing and they need to get done, so we could all get out of there and go be with our families at the same time. We don't want to leave anybody behind, you know?
Well, as you sat there and you were talking through that, I was thinking about your first story about where the definition of horsepower came from, right? Mm-hmm. And talking about the team of horses, how many horses is going to replace? In this case, it's a team of horses, your horsepower working together with permission from each other to be able to be successful, right?
Correct.
Because you're not in competition with each other, you're actually trying to strive towards that same goal of serving.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're right.
So that's a great way to, for us to end the conversation on horsepower and permission. And we're just so excited again that you're going through this series, and we hope that we tell a great story and that we actually live the story that we tell. So thank you very much for all that you do.